Now let's look at some algebra. You're going to write an equation to solve for x, solve it, and then determine the angle measures and classify the triangle. If you have a triangle where the angles are 4x, 5x, and 6x, we know that the three angles add up to 180 degrees. So these three added together are going to equal 180 degrees. Because all three of them have an x in them, we can combine like terms and add them all together. So 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 6 is 15. Keep our x, it's equal to 180 degrees. Now, to get rid of the 15, we would divide by 15 on both sides. That leaves us with x equals 180 divided by 15 is 12 degrees. Now we need to plug this back in to find out what each of the angles are. 4x would be 4 times 12, and that's 48. So one measurement is 48 degrees. 5x would be 5 times 12, which is 60 degrees. And 6x would be 6 times 12, which is 72 degrees. So now that we know our three angle measures are 48 degrees, 60 degrees, and 72 degrees, we can now look at what type of triangle it is based on the angles. They are all less than 90 degrees, which makes them an acute triangle. Because all three are different, we can now classify it by the sides. We know all the sides will be different, and that makes it a scalene triangle. Write an equation to solve for x, solve it, determine the angle measures, and then classify. The angles in the triangle are x, x plus 20, and x plus 10. Remember that all of these add up to equal 180 degrees. So we can add x plus 20 plus x plus 10 to find the angle measures. We have three x's here that we can combine, and that makes 3x. We also have a plus 20 and a plus 10 that we can combine because they're constants, and that makes plus 30, and it will equal 180 degrees. Now to get rid of the 30, we undo the addition by subtracting by 30 on both sides. That leaves us with 3x equals 180 minus 30, which is 150. Now to get rid of the 3, we need to divide by 3 on both sides, and that leaves us with x equals 150 divided by 3, which is 50 degrees. Now if you plug in for x, the 50 degrees, you'll find out that the x is 50 degrees. Then x plus 20 is simply 50 plus 20, and we know that our next one is 70 degrees. And then we have x plus 10, so you just plug in 50 plus 10, and our last angle measure is 60 degrees. Now we can classify it. We have a 70, a 60, and a 50. All of them are less than 90 degrees, which makes them acute. And all three of the numbers are different, which means all the sides are different, and that makes it scalene.